you. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
the quiet one. And me, Banshee, the loud one. Welcome to the show.
And loud is just where it begins.
Hey. Hi, sunshine. We could use some here. It's been raining, but we've needed the rain, so. And somehow, we missed the severe thunderstorm that passed through. We just got the rain, which is a real plus. And not only that, I just saved my Llewellyn packages. You know, Llewellyn is doing a conference right now, and they have 35% off of all their merchandise, and who can resist, right? So I have something called the...
I know, isn't that great? I just noticed it.
Hey, where am I?
You're a banshee spirit wailing away.
Wow.
You can keep talking. I'll reset the camera. Don't worry.
Well, I think my camera's frozen, number one.
No, it's the camera. And I'm going to reset it.
Oh.
You can't do anything about it.
Okay.
So just be patient. You can keep talking.
Well, I got this deck called the Symbolic Tarot, which looks really fantastic. And I got something that Mr. O will drool over, but it's mine.
Maybe that's why I froze the camera.
It's the Haunted Cottage Oracle by...
I won't turn the camera back on until...
by one of his favorite
we have an
authors,
agreement.
Syrian Shadow. Yeah, we know, Jackie. A camera's frozen, so we're trying to work on it.
Is that better?
Nope.
All right.
I mean, I could try reloading, see if that helps, but...
No,
the stream will
it's
start
here.
soon.
I just hit the wrong button. See. La. It's back.
Then why do I have this when I keep reloading?
Well, that's because you paused the film. You paused it.
Not coming back. I guess I got to get out completely. Didn't come back for me. Where are you, Safari? Okay, it's back and I'm up. Am I? Yes, I am. Okay. We're back. So I see a couple other people have come in. Let's see, Sunshine, Jarek, Sinelli, Zara. I will put that in. And Rowan. So we're up to 12 now. We're filling up fast. The reason is that, okay, I do have to make an announcement. Oh, gosh, and now Libra's here. Okay. Going to be behind with stuff. But here's the deal. Somebody named Silver Pony came in on our show Thursday, and I promised them I would do a reading for them first today, against my better judgment, okay? So I want to make this very clear to people.
And your partners.
And his, yes. So I want to make this very clear to people. We love you all. We want to help you all. But you kind of have to abide by our boundaries and rules. You're either on time for readings or you're not. You're either here when you're called for or you're not. You don't get one if you don't leave a question.
And if the list is closed, it's closed.
And if the list is closed, it's closed. Occasionally, we might make some adjustments there if time is permitting. But if we're going to be going into overtime, we're not going to be that conducive to that. And also, we are not going to, if you miss a reading in the future because you're late, we are not going to do it on the next show like we're doing for Silver Pony today. And I'm not even sure they'll come in and see it. I don't see them here now. But we're going to do it anyway and then move on to our readings. So I hope you'll understand that, and I hope you'll understand where we're coming from. I mean, you know, we do have some people that donate money that we really appreciate. We don't put them at the top of the list. We don't give them this special privilege. So honestly, people, honor our requests, okay? And we'll do the best we can for you.
That's actually almost all of you, 99% of you.
Well, it's okay, but We don't mind doing this for free, but we have some guidelines, okay? All right, let's move on.
Yeah, why don't you?
All right. I'm trying to see. I'm still missing somebody here. Libra C was last. Okay, no, I've got it all. Okay. All right. Don't mean to be tough, but it was kind of crazy. And I really did go against my better judgment on this one. All right. So the silver pony is first, and this burning question is... And now, mind you, we take all your questions very seriously, but you know, some questions are more emergency than others. I'm just going to say that. So that's where we're at, but we are going to do a card for the collective first, as we start off that way. All right. I didn't mean to be tough love, but I had to today. Apologies. Me and Mr. O had some discussion on this whole thing, and...
Well, I'll just be flat and blunt and just say that this wasn't the total amount of the question. Another part of it was basically an insistency that indicated they were crying, you know, and trying to use emotional appeal to us.
Thank you.
And that just is wrong.
That's not going to work.
It's not going to work, but it's also wrong.
Yeah. Everybody's question is equally important to us. And I understand some things are very strong you feel about, but please don't use that to try to get ahead, do things like that.
Hi, Resonance, and okay, thank you. I guess you don't have to put them on the list.
Who, Resonance?
Yeah.
Did I forget to put them in?
No, they just said they don't want a reading.
Oh, okay. All right, Resonance, thank you for that. I'm sorry if I didn't get you on the list. I thought I saw you, but anyway...
Just here for the show.
Cool. Hello. Don't give me that look. I saw it.
You give me plenty of looks.
Not yet.
Scavenger hunt.
It's a scavenger hunt. Those are fun. I used to love that. The keywords are hiding in plain sight, new perspectives, considering other options. What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. The makings of a great scavenger hunt means hiding your items in plain sight, but concealed just enough so that they aren't obvious and require a few quick passes with the naked eye. You can go it alone, but often working in pairs or teams proves more fruitful because different people bring different opinions, each one seeing things from a unique point of view. Often the answer to your question or solution to your obstacle is right in front of your eyes, requiring little more than a change in perspective. Holding on too tightly to something, identifying with a particular career, idea, relationship, or opinion causes tunnel vision, whereby you choose only to see your version of the story. There's always another way, a different path, or a deeper understanding. Looking at the same thing from a fresh angle can reveal the treasure that was there all along. You may find yourself with this card when you are too focused on only one outcome or solution to your problem, refusing to look left or right or to consider someone else's ideas about how to proceed. Are you really sacrificing anything by letting go of your feelings and ideas about a situation? And if so, what if that sacrifice leads to something even more magnificent than you originally intended? Be careful to make space for others to share their wisdom and experiences, and don't be afraid to challenge your ideas of right and wrong, or you'll only end up with one egg in your basket, or perhaps none at all. I really like that. You know, I've kept an open mind, for example, in my career all my life. You know, I had other plans going to college and school. I abandoned them because I loved working in libraries so much.
Oh, I thought it was because you met me.
Well, there's that too. That changed trajectories for a lot of things in my life too, and actually helped assist it ultimately in my growth. And I feel here that that's the point of it. Don't be so tunnel vision that you miss out on other avenues where you could achieve joy or success in your life, right?
It takes a few broken eggs to make an omelet that ends up just being scrambled eggs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, nobody else came in but Tanya. I think we can add you, Tanya. You're going to be down the list. Okay. But more details required. Okay.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate that.
We're in college together. Connection had its ups and downs. We're no longer in contact. Okay, that would really help, Tanya, and thank you for that. So we will get you on the list again. And if you can't stay for the reading, just look at the list and where you are, and you can come back and rewind later. Because we're filling up fast today. And that was another thing I wanted to bring up to people, and it's great, Tanya, that you did that. Thank you for that. Sometimes when we're looking at current feelings about someone towards you, for those of you who ask those questions, sometimes we need that information. It gets us to focus those cards correctly for you. You know, if you're not in contact, that's an important thing to know off the bat. If you have been together but are broken up, that's also something we need to know. If you've been going back and forth, things have been difficult, that's just very helpful as far as reading the tarot cards goes. So
No, you're fine. Don't worry about that.
So we appreciate that. Oh, no, it's not a problem, Tanya. We usually read it, but sometimes we miss the mark because, you know, we don't have enough of a target to focus on. So.
All right.
And let me post that again. And we have Silver Pony's question out there. And it's about a soulmate.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, you've got the cards.
Mm-hmm.
When are they coming? And they were there in the past and helped with abuse control. So I assume by reading that you have already met this soulmate, that they had been a part of your life and are now gone. That's the inference there I'm getting. So let's do it.
All right. Did you print it again?
No, I will do it again if you want it right now. It's not a problem.
I want to see it.
It's up there a little ways because we've had some discussion in the chat. All right. So you see, I'm making that inference because they... So thinking about it in past, he was important to help me with abuse control. Oh, hi, Tarot Healer.
Well, that's
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to be on the list again today? We still have a little bit of room.
The part where, yes, you can. We'd love to have you. The part where Pony says the past inferences is not as important to me. It's really the when is this going to happen?
Right.
All
Well,
right.
let's throw 3 cards, and
I
you know,
will.
I do have my
Qualifiers.
my timing cards.
Okay, here we go.
We'll see what we come up with.
Ha! Knight of Pentacles reversed.
Ooh. Timing-wise, that's slow.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Well, I mean, it just says it all.
Yeah, it does give us a timing bead. You're
Death
right.
reversed.
Yes.
So more bad aspects to timing.
What's that one?
Death
reversed. Oh.
I won't look at you.
Then I can't hear you.
I know, but that's supposed to replace the glare.
Hi, Kara. Boy, you are just making it, Kara. You're the last one.
Should
You
we
always
let them
hang
in?
with us.
Should we? Yeah, I guess so. Hi, Kara.
I'm putting it up.
And finally, the reversed Knave or Page of Swords. Well, I think there's almost a story there.
Well, there is a story here. It's going to be a very difficult journey for this soulmate to come back. That's the way I look at it here. The Knight of Pentacles reversed indicates that right now there is literally no movement happening here. I can say that, pretty conclusively, because when it's upright, it means that there is movement coming, but it's slow, it's methodical, it's deliberately slow for some reason. But when it's reversed, it seems like there's some very stagnation going on, or a lack of motivation to move something forward. So I feel here, I have to be honest with you, Silver Pony, and I don't want to be brutally honest, but it's just the card.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, the Scorpio's here for that. But I have to say that it just seems like there's no motivation this time for this soulmate to appear very soon.
That's a good way of summing it up, because it almost implies to me that maybe you're not on the same page with each other for whatever reasons, that you might feel there's a possibility they're coming back, but something seems to be slowing that down, or in fact diverting it. It could be that this person is physically unable to move towards you in this regard. Maybe they've moved away. Maybe they work through assignments and you're not in that listing for them. Something is not letting them move towards you, or is only letting this movement happen incredibly slowly. And in fact, I think it's magnified, because the next card is Death Reversed, and Death Reversed doesn't talk about physical death, but it talks about things that die as a process. It talks about inertia. It talks especially about political inertia, but in the common life, this could be saying the sense of people's wills or willpower to address goals, or to tackle them, or to move on them. So these right away are two cards, Silver Pony, that are saying there's literally no movement towards you from this person, or as a process.
A little issue here. Resonance, I will add you to the list. It's going to take us one over, but I was under the impression you didn't want a reading, so I didn't put you on, but I will put you on before Kara, because you were here, and so you'll be towards the end if you can't stay, all right?
All right, so I've covered Death Reversed.
Death Reversed indicates that things are stagnating right now, so far as the, relationship, or the connection between you and the soulmate. It just seems like there is nothing happening right now, according to these two cards. So, wow. And I have to say the next one is not going any better. Which one is that one again?
The Knave, or Page of Swords. It just sort of adds more insult.
It does. It hurts to me to say this in a way, because the Page of Swords indicates that there may be no communication. Or that communications, if you do communicate, could get very misconstrued. And I'm really getting the feeling, just looking at the progression of those cards there, that there is no communication for the foreseeable future. I'm not even sure I can do my timeline cards here, or that it would be wise.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that would work either. I think it's unlikely that the situation you want is going to happen. It's not going to happen maybe from their input. To me, it seems like it would only happen at your bequest, and I'd say you'd have to be really careful how you approach this, because that could be you. The Page of Swords could be somebody who is a little clumsy, or is not able to articulate, or otherwise be, more masterful about how they approach things.
Okay, I just shuffled these and picked from top and bottom, like we always do, for our Lenormand. And boy, here, the Child. And the Cross.
Whoa.
This is something you're feeling in your heart deeply. I get that. And I think you're just going to be sad, because it seems as though growth is very slow, if any. Remember, children take time to grow, And of course, some people say, wow, they've grown up before I've known it. But it does take how many years for a child to grow into adulthood? And so this is saying that this whole process is on a very, very slow track that will cause you some emotional pain because you want them back so badly, or you want them in your life so badly. So it's kind of like what we said with our card for the collective, Silver Pony. If you want to go back and look at that message for the collective, because it speaks there about having tunnel vision, relying on one thing in your life to save you or bring you joy or bring you happiness or fulfillment. Don't close yourself off to other possibilities and potentials here to help you in the situations that you are dealing with. Your soulmate, sometimes soulmates do not arrive in our lives or stay there for our entire lives. Soulmates are people who we have a connection with from lives gone by.
So this is some tough love, really. There's any number of cultural associations with the idea that when you love somebody, and they're not in love with you, you have to let them free. You're not going to be able to force somebody to care for you or to come back to you if it's not within their own soul or province to want to do that. And so sometimes the healing that you're requiring or needing or feeling can take a long time. So I'm sorry, but that's what we have for you.
So many people piled in almost around the same times that I really could not keep up with the questions, but I have some in the beginning, so we're good for a while, and I will try to catch up during the show.
Well,
but now that the list is closed, everybody's here that's going to be here, and I will be able to do that.
I can do some blathering about, upcoming shows.
We have a doozy of a bunch of shows coming up, right, Mr. O?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, does that help you right now?
It does help me right
Then
now.
I
I'll get
will.
a few more in.
So Banshee has been doing a new seasonal show called Syncing with the Seasons. I don't think I have it, but anyway,
That's okay.
She has done that a couple times. She did that at the beginning of spring and at the beginning of winter. And now, as we approach the summer solstice, which is the astrological or colloquial way of looking at the beginning of summer, she'll be releasing another one. So that's going to come out a week from today, next Sunday. And Syncing with the Seasons offers ways of connecting with that spirit of what the season is, in this case the summer solstice, also known as Litha. And it's the idea of how little tips can make you understand or resonate more completely with that energy. But just in case that's not exactly your cup of tea, we're also going to be doing another monthly modality message, because we always do those when the sun, in fact, does move into that next sign. In this case, it's moving into, it's moving into Cancer, right?
It's moving into Cancer, Gina's sign. We're going to be doing Gina's birthday at the end of the month. So, yes, it's Cancer's time. Gemini was my rising sign. I always feel pretty lively during Gemini season, but now we're entering Cancer season.
Indeed.
So that will be coming, and everything. I got a few more questions in, and I got the list straight so I can get the rest in.
All right,
we're in a good
we'll
spot.
do some more talk later.
We are fine. So let's get going, and we will move on to...
Okay. Well, make sure we know at least a week in advance, CJ, if you want us to have a birthday reading for you, and then we'll schedule it. It could either be on a Sunday or a Thursday, but we like to do those at the beginning of our show after our opening announcements and card for the collective. And for everyone, we can only do one a show.
Oops.
They're just more involved, but we want to give that to our fans here, our viewers.
Okay. Whoopsie, I made a blunder. Jackie is here, and she had a good question. She wants to know about, will my recent injury finally heal this week? So let's take a look at that. We'll do a yes-no if it doesn't seem clear from the cards, Jackie. All right.
All right. If you didn't want to stay for your question, Sarah?
Hey, Zara, we will definitely answer. Did you leave a question? If you leave a question, we'll answer it. You can look back for it later.
Or we'll see how it goes with
Yeah.
with the rest of the show.
Thank you, Lisa,
Thanks,
for
Lisa.
that.
All right.
All right.
So you're doing
So I'm
Jackie.
doing my deck, and I'm going to use my Flower Child Tarot. My hippie deck. So I like it. I just think this deck is cute. It's adorable. It's adorable.
That's fine then too, if that's what you want. So that's fine.
Oh, okay,
We're
Zara.
gonna keep the list status as it is, and that'll give us a little flex to see what we can do.
Well, and actually we had a 17th person now, so I think that'll take us down to where we need to be anyway to close the list.
We'll catch you next time.
We'll catch you next time, Zara.
Thank you.
And thank you for that. Letting us know.
Love you.
All right. Jackie, you start off with the Four of Swords reversed. I like it.
Well, yes, the Four of Swords.
But of course, you know me. I speak too soon, right? Everything's rosy. Well, not completely. You have the Ace of Swords reversed. And you have another four. You have the Four of Pentacles upright. I like this reading, though. Let's see what you get, Mr. O.
The Tower, which of course doesn't mean the same as the other tower, but I think kind of fits in here.
Yeah.
And the Mountain. And you know, when I pulled over the Ace of Swords, Jackie, I had an impression in my mind. I'm just going to blurt it out before I forget it. But do you happen to have stairs that you have to go up and down? And maybe now at this time you might not want to, or gingerly. But I just thought to myself, if you do go up and down stairs, do be careful. I just had a sense that you should just watch that.
Okay. The Four of Swords indicates that you will get back to, you will heal. Was it about this week, though? Right. Will my recent injury finally heal this week? I think you are definitely on the road to coming back to full strength here, because Four of Swords reversed indicates a renewal of energy. Everything you feel better. You feel like you're alive again, you know, so to speak. So I do feel like you will probably have a good you'll make really good progress this week. And I'm hedging on whether you'll recover fully because of that Ace of Swords here. I kind of feel like maybe there's still a little bit of work to be done. So like if they've given you, like if this injury involves any physical therapy or exercises that you need to do to kind of keep it in shape, or if physical therapy is the next step, that might be exactly what you need to maybe, get totally, completely, 100% back to normal. I'll stop with those cards.
I think I remember that at happy hour. Or possibly, and now, of course, now you have two fours. I kind of agree with Banshee here, though, that maybe the Ace of Swords could indicate that progress might be a little slower, that you might have to, sometimes swords talk about, surgery or surgical interventions, and I don't know if that's what you need, but it could just be saying that somebody medically inclined might want to know about this, or that you might want to, look into it a little bit. But it does feel like you just might have to take it a little bit slower. But I feel like that four of Swords reverses its recovery. You are recovering.
It's me with my knee right now, Jackie. Good grief. Although it is so much better. I'm still very cautious with it. So the Ace of Swords may indicate a delay or a victory that's not completely everything. So in other words, it might need a little bit more time. And the Four of Pentacles says, take care of what is valuable to you. Obviously, whether it's our legs or our arms or our body is valuable to us. So I think it's saying to take care of your physical self, and and do what's right for it. Do what's right for it. Give your recovery the time and the effort that it needs.
Sometimes some versions of the Four of Pentacles, I always feel like it promotes a sense of a little bit of selfishness, like somebody's holding on to something just a little bit tighter because it's theirs. But in the essence or context of the question, this is exactly what you need to do. Is you need to be a little bit more selfish, self-conscious, and take care of yourself. And so this is saying, certainly don't feel any regrets about other people's situations who maybe feel like, oh, you're backing away from me a little bit. You need to do that. You do it. That's basically it. So I like the Mountain and the Tower, because I think it's sort of saying that, the comfort of your own home, your own institution, has a little bit of, problematicness, but it's not insurmountable.
Trying to get her over here.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty antsy. Well, I would say with the Mountains and the Tower, it's interesting to me. Okay, I think here, wow. Even if, there are some challenges, you can overcome them. But I think here, this may involve maybe more work and effort on your part than anybody's. I mean, I could almost see maybe there might be some more interaction with a healthcare team or a healthcare institution. But I also think that it could mean, sometimes a tower means solitariness or being alone or standing alone, So this is something that you're going to be having to find your way forward on your own a little bit here too. Find the best techniques that work for you to bring this back into, full recovery.
And, I'm a great person.
Sorry, Ari.
Sorry.
We can't do it, Ari. We apologize.
We're way loaded.
Yeah, we filled up incredibly fast.
So, Jackie, I'm also inclined to feel, too, like, the idea of being alone, maybe presents, other obstacles, too, or working on this alone in your own confines. But the reward could be that much better because you're in control of yourself and you're not necessarily having to rely on others. You may have to for that overhead or overview kind of thing. So good luck with that.
Good luck with that. I think, the recovery will happen, but it may not be fully, but you are going to make some really good progress this week. So good luck with that.
We closed rather early in our opinion. We really just filled up today.
And Shadow is here, wreaking havoc. Does she got that yellow thing? What did she do with it? Oh, it's there. I see it. She likes playing with those, but I'm afraid she might get a little wild. All right, and she's disrupted me. I wanted to show everybody what Mr. O will be drooling over.
Here, I'll show it. No.
What? Oh, you're going to put it there. You want to just grab it from me. You're going to put it on your table now.
Thank
The
you,
Haunted
Banshee.
Cottage by Syrian Shadow.
I don't know how you knew I really wanted this, but I really appreciate it, too.
Give that back.
It's by Syrian Shadow, whose works I use a little bit on Goth Tarot. He has an amazing oracle that's been reprinted twice now, I think, or at least once, called the Earth and Bone Oracle. And I use it for Goth Tarot because it has really wonderful affirmations. That's a really good tool, along with some of the other ones I use there. So if you feel like, you're having issues with your shadow, or you want to know more about absorbing your shadow, check out Goth Tarot.
Well, I absolutely love, and Kara, if you like it, Llewellyn has 35% off right now. Go to their page. I mean, incredible prices. Incredible. So then another one I got, which I just got these today. They are not even open. The Symbolic Tarot, which looks really interesting to me. They've assigned images like symbols from our more modern era to represent the tarot, and it just looks really well done. I like Anna Novias's artwork. I think she's worked with Tess Whitehurst on a deck recently, and I just love this deck. This is going to be cool. So stay tuned. More new decks coming.
So let's
and
keep the show moving.
Also, by the way, with Llewellyn, there's a lot of things coming out by January. And so you can pre-order them all at the 35% off price. So just letting you know. All right. Yes, the Earth and Bone is great. It is a nice deck. Mr. O, you like that a lot.
I do like that one.
All right, we are on to Mira. And let's see if I got that question. I do. Reading for the coming week. What do you see for me? All right. Get my Lenormand. I'm using MJ Cullinane's Tales for Tomorrow Lenormand. I haven't used it in quite a while. I love this deck. It's beautiful. I literally got those decks just like, 5 minutes before the show started? I'm so glad, though, I caught it because we've been having on and off rain today, though. Didn't want them sitting outside in the rain.
Hello.
I really love the Lenormand, too, because it really does go back to my mom's family's sort of gypsy fortune-telling roots. And I do like it a lot.
All right, what do we see for you, Namira? And our first card is the Three of Swords, but it's upright. Next card is the Chariot, which is also upright. And then finally, reverse card, it's the Knight of Pentacles reverse.
Oh.
So we always seem to get that one in various multiples here and there throughout our readings.
Lemon Man? That's funny.
No, it's lemonade, actually. It's French for lemonade. No, it's
Don't listen to the Scorpio.
I'm French, I would know. Okay, I wouldn't. In the Lenormand is the key. Hi, Sonny.
Sonny is here. He has taken the place of the wound-up shadow.
And the
But
birds.
Sonny can be wound up sometimes, too. Come sit with me here, Sonny. Yeah.
So the coming week, there could be some sorrow or some sort of parting that causes sorrow.
You know what I think, Mr. O?
What?
Looking at the key and the birds, I think the sorrow or sadness comes from some communication with others. Maybe that's either harsh, hostile, not helpful. I almost, because it says that's the key, right? And so I sort of feel like communication's the key here to the sorrow this week. That I just felt that, so I thought I would say that.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that the Three of Swords always means that, like, there's a breakup, but I think it always means that
right.
There's some really,
Bad news,
dramatic, emotional,
or upsetting
distress.
Conversations.
Yeah, agree.
So, anyway, I didn't want to cut you off. Did you have anything else on the three? I'll tackle the three. So something that someone says, I think, possibly, or maybe even the way you react to something that someone says is going to cause you some big pain and sorrow this week. It's not a healthy or helpful communication, and maybe you've got to find a way to work through that. And it's not going to be easy.
Yes, and then you have the Chariot too. So to me, in a way, this almost does lend itself towards what you were saying there, that the Chariot could talk about possible confrontations, because it's about people or situations that want to move towards a place of control or even dominance in a way. And sometimes it's about figuring out how you can master the opposition or bring, opposing or oppositional forces or agencies together to work. So this could be saying that there's some rough edges where you're trying to make things work out in a way.
Right. I think here this card is here to say that you're trying to find a positive way forward through this. You're trying to muster, rally your forces, whatever, rally your energy towards trying to make the best of this situation, or try to, find some way to resolve, what's happened here. And if you put your best foot forward on this, you could make some progress there. But we got that last card to deal with.
Right. It could be the kind of situation where something's going to really need to take its time here. Maybe other people who have, brushed up feelings really are going to play hardball a little bit and want to just sort of retract and not be as cooperative. Maybe that's even you, or where your circumstances lie in the situation, that you might feel you have to not be as forceful here. I don't think that part's as likely, because the Chariot sort of looks like you want to be more, assertive.
Yeah, I don't know if this is if this is at work, or if this is, in your personal life. I don't know, but it does seem like something might be taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
There is some disagreement, and or the energy of it. Can you avoid it? Yeah, maybe. If something seems contentious, if something seems confused, or people didn't seem to understand what was said, or if you yourself doesn't understand somebody's point, maybe you can ask politely for clarification, or you just try to speak very clearly and not, give anybody cause for misconstruing what you have to say.
Because, like Banshee's already mentioned, the key and the birds say this is a situation that probably communication will be more important, being able to really understand or trust what people say, rather than actions devoted. The actions can go along with it, but actions without explanations or understanding the prominence are not going to work as well.
So, I didn't really cover, that was the page or the last card, Mr. O? Mr. O, the last card?
Is that Knight of Pentacles.
Yeah, it's that Knight of Pentacles again. So, right, basically, this will take some time to iron out everything, or some energy, and it's not going, it may leave... It may leave a, kind of a bad taste in someone's mouth, whether it's you or somebody else. You may just feel afterwards a little bit unsettled by this whole thing. Even if it does, resolve constructively, it's kind of like, wow, why did this have to happen, sort of feeling. I don't think it's like super earth-shaking, Namira, but you have to remember that people... it just seems like, whether it's the weather, the heat, or something else, people are very sensitive today in this world. I sometimes like to blame the climate for that, because I just think it's feeding people's anger, their impatience, their inability to try to understand things. Maybe it's also technology, we just don't focus anymore on the intent of what people are trying to say. So just do be careful out there.
Well, there's always the American, or maybe it's elsewhere, colloquial saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And so this could be the kind of situation where other people may have to come around on their own. So if this is about, inner office situations, you might have to just let people find their own way without, hopefully being too forceful with them, so that you mess up that relationship. But like I said, sometimes people just have to figure it out for themselves.
And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Namira.
Well, I'd like to hope that the cards are wrong, but, things like this happen. we're living in times where, everybody's got a really short fuse. So,
some of that is because I think Mars
oh yeah, there's
is
Mars
going
energy.
through a number of situations where it aligns with other planets, squares or oppositions, and it causes aggressive energies with some of these situations. People have been saying that aggressive driving has been really big for several weeks or longer now, where people just seem to get ticked off and have road rage or do unnecessary speeding. You're welcome.
All right, we are on Lena, and using my Tarot Emblemata again, and I took out the extra Oracle cards. I have some real interesting ideas on how to use them in the future, and they will probably end up in this deck and come up in readings in the future, but I want to familiarize myself with them more. There's 5 extra cards with this tarot deck, and I'm just going to read the tarot part, I'm not going to use those cards. So, general reading for Lena. Okay. Oh, wow. Nice start. Lena, you have the Magician upright. Judgment is reversed. Okay. This one is not bad. The Moon is reversed. All right. I think this is an interesting general reading.
The Book and the Clover.
Wow. It's really interesting, the Book and the Clover. I think this is... I want to say something about this. There's a lot of good fortune for you, Lena, if you do some personal introspection right now and about your life and about yourself. I think that it would be lucky for you to do so, and I think the tarot cards speak on this. And this is what I see, and I really think this is one of those, I'm just going to run right through, Mr. O. The Magician is saying here, you have everything you need in order to succeed, in order to get what you want out of life. Just put your will behind it. Just put your will, your determination. Put in the work, put in the effort. Keep trying to raise yourself higher if that's what you want to do. Keep trying and striving to find, the perfect partner if that's what you want to do. The magic is within you. It is there for you to accomplish what you want. Judgment reversed is telling you that you need to be less critical on yourself. You need to be less thinking that you don't have what it takes. You need to stop listening maybe even to others who might be making you feel less than who you are. You have to believe in your own magic here. And I think what's holding you back in that is that something, people or yourself, you're telling yourself, maybe blocking you from seeing this. And finally, with the last card, the Moon, it's telling you with it reversed, trust your gut, trust your instincts, trust yourself. You know yourself better than anyone. And if you're telling yourself false stories about yourself, you should be able to pick that up too. So I think it's time for you to just do some personal reflection and come to terms with that.
Wow.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
It just really struck me.
It's pretty good. I might not be able to recapture everything I was feeling, but I'll try. I like what you said, though, in general. The Magician really speaks to the idea that you are really able to accomplish whatever it is you want, really. You can put your mind to it. If you can't, then then you're mostly your own worst enemy, because really the capabilities are there, Lena. I'm not going to say they've always been there and that now this is an epiphany, because it's not an epiphany. This could be saying really that you operate in a situation where maybe people don't evaluate you the way they should, and that maybe people don't see in you the potential that is there.
I like that.
And that creates your not able to see it in yourself too. And this happens with some people. It may happen with certain people more than others, where they take in the programming that they receive from people about that from their lives, and sometimes, parents do that to their children because they subconsciously sabotage their potential. I'm not saying that's what happened to you, but you may be existing in a climate where the criticisms of you make you doubt yourself. And so the moon reverse does indeed indicate that you should go your own way in this regard. You should not try to just listen to others, but listen to your own instinct, your own gut level, as Banshee said, and realize that these potentials are really stronger in you, no matter what other evidence or signs of it you're receiving. The Lenormand.
Oh, I did that in the beginning in a way, because I talked about the clover. Yeah. And the book, Know Yourself. And there is fortune to be had there. There's positive things to be had if you do.
So I think that all combines together, that this is saying, this is a time period where you can focus more inward and feel that the growth or the things that are necessary to your success or to furtherance of any of your goals is within you. So good luck with that.
Okay.
And you're welcome then.
We're on Spirit Connections now. I just added another question in, so I've been catching up. All right. And Spirit Connection has asked for a general.
Okay.
What does Spirit want me to know?
And I think on Sundays, and I realize some people don't get their notifications or their phone isn't available, but the thing is that the notifications, when you get them, that's the time to come here if you want to get a spot. If you wait too long, it's not going to happen. And we're sorry.
Okay, your deck, Mr. O. I'll
All
take
right.
those. I got them.
Hi, Spirit.
Good to see you, Spirit.
And I'm going to use my Scorpio Sea Tarot. Scorpio.
You gotta have the weird voice, like me.
Scorpio. All right, so that sounds like your reading.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. So, what does Spirit want you to know? Okay. And our first one is the reverse Nine of Cups. Spirit may want you to know that some things that you appreciate at a very wishful level or a very emotional level, they may not always be exactly the best for you, or in fact, it may be, if it is like thinking about a certain wish or desire you have, it may be misplaced in a sense that it's not exactly the wish or the thing you should resonate or focus towards. It may be something else.
Right. So something maybe that you wish and desire may not manifest fully for you, or once it does, maybe you're wondering, is this really truly, was this really meant for me? I think here too, it's just maybe is saying right now, since this is a general reading and it's what Spirit wants you to know, Spirit wants you to be careful and sure about what you ask for. I've had a few oracle cards recently that kind of point to that people need to really clarify their intent more with the universe, because the universe really does want to fulfill our desires. But number one, they want to make sure you know what you're asking for and you're getting into, and number two, that it's really truly right for you. There's another aspect of this card that when it's reversed, that I'll maybe take in a little bit of a different direction, but it's basically about too much. Don't ask too much of yourself at this time. In other words, some wishes, they take time to develop, and they take maybe more education or work to make them happen. So don't put so much on yourself right now that you're ignoring other good aspects of your life, that you should be paying attention to.
Another thought I have is that maybe Spirit is saying this is a time for you to evaluate the things that are joy or love or pleasure in your life, and maybe you might need to align them differently, or you might need to re-examine what exactly they do for you, and that maybe you might find that you're going to change priorities or change the allotment of your heart energy towards that. So why is this important?
So why?
Aww. It's the upright Page of Wands.
Because obviously you're going to be tempted by a new opportunity that's coming your way. Maybe it is something you had always hoped to pursue. So, recognize this and understand that maybe you might have to let some other dream or desire go. I'm wondering here if that's what's going on here. It's one of two things. You may have to let some other dream or desire go in order to pursue this, or what was the other thing I wanted to say? I just had it in my head. Or make sure this opportunity that is coming your way is really what you want to pursue at this time.
Right, because I'm pretty sure they're not exactly the same thing, although they may have enough similar qualities. That's why the idea of, making a decision or a realignment may become, more, interesting to you too. So I do feel that it's important that you have this sense of reevaluation or deciding, like, maybe I can live without this thing, or maybe I don't have to have this exactly this much in my life, because this other thing is maybe really more what you should follow. But you're going to have to do some serious introspection on that, I suppose. So where will this ultimately lead? It's the reverse Two of Swords.
Action.
So
you're going to take action. I almost think you are going to pursue this opportunity. But just make sure you're not getting yourself in over your head. That's all, because I see that Nine of Cups there reversed still is hanging on me. And make sure it's really truly what you want at this time, if this is the right moment in time for you to pursue it.
The other implication is that, the Two of Swords reversed nearly always means you are making the best or most informed decision that you can. And so this could be saying that this serious evaluation that either of us may be talking about, or consideration to look at that issue or weigh it in a certain way, will pay off for you, that you will realize, you can make this decision based on what really seems to be working. So what do we have with Lenormand? And it's the ship. Are you moving?
Well, you're moving something.
Yeah. And the letter. Well,
I think a letter is moving towards you. I think a letter is moving towards you, or some news or information. Maybe some documents that you're going to sign. And it's going to be something that progresses you in some way, I feel. The ship here could indicate to me that whatever this opportunity is, it could, if you choose to accept it, it could have long range potential, that this is something that you'll want to pursue for some time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know you've been looking at ways to advance in martial arts, and in other ways for, job or employment situations or career situations. So I almost wonder if it could be tied into that. I don't want to say that I think it absolutely is. I don't think I know that really for sure. But it is about an opportunity. And of course, Wands, the Page of Wands, does sort of hearken itself towards your wheelhouse, the enterprise or the kind of networking or situations you're involved in. So I get the feeling like this is suggesting this opportunity could involve travel, either metaphorically or literally, in a sense of really moving upward. It sounds like it could be a great opportunity. I'm wondering. I hope so.
Wow. Sounds interesting. I hope it works out for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck. Take care.
All right. An invitation to try something?
Yes, it usually is. Right.
It's definitely something new. Well, I mean, it may not be new to you, but it's a new opportunity offered to you, or something new to try. So, hey, yeah. Good luck with that.
I'm sure you'll let us know. All right.
Fire Spawnable is up, and I didn't see a question. You usually post them, Fire Spawn, so I hope you're here now.
I'll just take a peek while we're looking. And or mention too that, no, I won't.
No, you won't?
Well, no, I have to focus on looking, but
Oh.
I think you're right. I don't think we have that question here.
I think they've often posted it at the time of
Well,
their
then maybe
reading.
I'll try to talk for a moment.
But let's just give a few minutes. That's all we can do today.
Right, we're
It's
busy.
possible, maybe, because the list is so long, they have moved on. There you
There it
are.
is.
I kind of counted on you.
All right, and our screen mentions that we are back on Thursday for this show again. This Thursday show tends to be a little bit lighter, so I'm not saying you can come later and get in, but it is more easier to get a reading on Thursday at times. All right, thanks for your question, Fire Spawnable.
I'm going to use my abstract jeopardized tarot.
Are you being noticed by Sam?
Yes, I know that you've been wondering if he's still keeping an eye on things. Let's see. That's cups, I know. The Five of Tides, the Five of Cups reversed. The Three of Swords, upright. Three of Winds. This has a very elemental approach, this deck. And the Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands, upright. We may have to do a yes-no to the actual question as to whether he's seen it, but I'm seeing some stuff here that I could go either way with. I almost feel like they're onto some opportunity right now. The Five of Cups reversed usually indicates moving on. Oh, you want to put that out there? Oh, huh. But wait a minute. That's interesting. Okay.
The Stork and the Coffin. In
Wow,
that
I don't know if
order.
that's related to that Five of Cups or not. Because that's reversed. Well, it's interesting to me. They seem to be they have some opportunity they're pursuing right now or trying to. And I will say that whatever it is, it's causing them a lot of grief right now. That Three of Swords is there. And then, of course, you got the coffin in the Lenormand. So we will talk about this. So, I mean, I could say an answer directly to your question, but I'm just not sure. The Nine of Fire, it's like I feel like they're preparing for something they're dealing with right now. They're struggling with something through something right now. But let's see if we can't apply it to your question. If I were to apply it directly to your question and not to what they're feeling right now, the Five of Tikes reversed could indicate that do they maybe see an opportunity for something with what you wrote? They may be thinking there's an opportunity here for them of some sort. But they're feeling like very unsettled about it and upset. Maybe there's something that was either they find upsetting in what you wrote, or they're upset about how can I respond to this appropriately, or should I?
It's hard for me to get a handle on the question as yes or no through the cards.
Yeah, so that's why we're going to do a yes/no.
I think we will end up doing that. It feels like something does seem to concern them, and I'm wondering if it's because they did see something and so that's what it is, but I can't quite be for sure that that's what's causing this emotional feel of some sense.
It's that Nine of Wands too.
Yeah, because that's sort of like all hands on deck in a way.
Right, they're like on guard for some reason. They feel defensive.
Now, I'm interested what you think that Lenormand means.
Well, the coffin and the stork, see, in what I was saying, that they're dealing with something new right now, because Five of Cups reversed indicates setting aside their grief or their losses and moving on to new opportunities. And the stork, of course, is about new beginnings, but the coffin is there. And so I wonder if this new opportunity or whatever they're focusing on is coming to an end, is coming to an abrupt end, and they're trying to either turn it around or maybe they're actually trying to put an end to it. So if this again is about, what you wrote, maybe they're trying to put an end to, the situation between you.
Yeah, I almost feel like that's what that could mean, is that what they saw meant
they should back off.
Or that they need to be prepared for something else. That, even. I think we still want to do the yes or no.
Yeah, to me, I think we freely, when I looked at those cards, I really felt that it was talking about why maybe he may not have seen it. But let's see what the cards say the yes/no says about that.
Do you want me that same deck?
Yeah, let's pull the cards. Let's do that. I'll remember what was there.
They are interesting, fire spawnable.
I'm going to let you shuffle and cut them.
All right.
Let's see what we get. And I'll pick up the cut. They're definitely interesting cards. I don't know if he's looking at what you wrote as an opportunity to try to get back in good graces or whatever, or if he's concerned about it, he's on guard about it. It's really if it is about that, it's debatable. So let's see what card we pull here.
What is it?
Well, it's a Two of Cups reversed.
Cups means it will happen naturally.
But it does. You're right, whether it's reversed or not, right? Yeah.
Right, but it still may be indicative that something about it doesn't feel harmonious, or that you feel that you can trust this fully. So in other words,
he saw it, but he may not have a positive reaction from it.
Or he doubts what it means or what it seems to intend to mean.
If you intended to leave the message, kind of like in whatever way you did it, to leave me alone, well, you're going to get that here. Because I sort of feel like they kind of got that message, or they're getting that message that there's something not harmonious there.
Which
And-
could be why
Yeah.
those are there.
Why the coffin and the stork popped up. So I don't know. I think basically he did see it, but I think he's going through something right now. Whether he's thinking about, what's been going on between the two of you when you were interacting, or something else is affecting him right now in a very big way.
He sees it, but he may not believe it.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking.
okay, maybe.
What it's supposed to mean.
Okay. No, I believe that. That sounds good. So I don't know, Fire Spawn. Make of this what you will. I'm leaning towards the fact that he's seen it, but maybe he's just very preoccupied right now. So if you're wondering if he's still around because he's quiet, I think he might be there. He's
right.
definitely still there.
You're welcome.
Good luck with that. You're welcome, Fire Spawn. All right. We're on Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And Lisa's question is, how will my week unfold? And will my meeting Tuesday bring a good resolution? All right. I think I have everybody's question except for one. Maybe two. Well, Kara. Kara always puts her question out, and that's great, Kara. Thank you.
Yeah, I get that. I'm going to sort of focus on the idea of Tuesday mostly and see how the other cards support the
I think I
overall
can see
idea.
both in there. We'll try that.
I agree.
Yeah. Sometimes we do 2 and 2, how your week will go, how that will transpire, but I think we'll be able to see this in the cards, the 3 cards.
Alrighty.
Plus the Leonard.
8 of Swords is reversed. That's
3 of
good.
Swords reversed?
8.
Oh, 8 of Swords. Oh, I like that.
But Judgment is reversed.
That's okay.
And the Chariot is reversed as
Ooh.
well.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Ouch, ouch.
Okay.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. I see. Well, this may talk about it. All right. Anchor and Stork. The 8 of Swords is saying, that you're kind of coming out of a period of a containment, or where maybe your voice or your actions don't seem to be as assertive as you want, or you're not really as in control as you want. And to some degree, this was something you had to come to mentally. Swords are mental, because you realize that maybe you might have been just letting somebody else go with the flow, but now you feel it's time for you to actually assert or claim, that power or that agency.
Well, the 8 of Swords is really, I'm feeling a push-pull here between the 8 of Swords reversed and Judgment reversed. And I kind of feel with the 8 of Swords, at any rate, that, you might be a little bit more confident now. You might be feeling like your confidence is returning, that you're able to speak what you need, say what you need to say. So if this meeting is about, if this meeting is about airing grievances or talking about something that's uncomfortable, you will feel more confident in doing so than maybe you previously have felt. And I think part of that stems from the Judgment card, believing that, people won't take you seriously, or they will criticize what you have to offer or say. And so maybe you've been holding yourself back a little bit. But now is the time to trust and believe in yourself, I feel, with that first card there in particular. However, we'll go in the last card in a minute.
I like what she says there, and I think, right, the 8 of Swords really is about you really wanting, to tackle this full on. The Judgment card to me could represent that either you realize something isn't kosher, like maybe you didn't understand something to a certain degree, and maybe that changes how you're going to feel about that. So I am applying this to Tuesday in the meeting, that maybe it's a factor you hadn't considered. I'm not exactly sure how much that changes the overall calculation. It's also possible too that this pertains to the other side, that maybe there's something they didn't realize, the other side of the equation, that changes it for them. Something's going to change for somebody, I think. Things are not going to be exactly what they expected, but I don't think you're the one that's going to be affected the most adversely, I'm hoping. So the final card is the Chariot reverse.
Well, and I kind of look at that card for your week ahead. I feel like this week it's going to be hard for you to, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge and a little bit of a struggle this week, so you really have to make sure that you have your head together this week. Especially where the meeting is concerned, if you want it to go well, and make sure that you are well prepared, to progress this and move this forward. I think this week you're finding challenging,
I like that you mentioned it as family drama. I wasn't sure that it was, but it's kind of interesting because I look at the Chariot and I sort of feel like circumstances may try to say, like, oh, we're getting a little assertive. Let's try to, stop some of that. Because the Chariot reverse could be saying somebody feels, or somebody's trying to make somebody de-accelerate or push back on themselves. So if this is that important to you, then you don't want to necessarily give in to that. If somebody is trying to make you slow down or retreat from your position.
Well, and it could be other people, but it could be also yourself. Don't be your own worst enemy here. If you want to make progress, you have to be willing to, to confidently address the issues at hand, regardless of how, it's going to go. It needs to get out there. Regardless of how other people. Don't allow yourself to hold yourself back because you're afraid of what other people are going to think of you. The time now is to stand tall and to stand in your power.
The Judgment reverse could be talking about those betrayals you mentioned. So I'm wondering if this is saying that, in fact, you do have to anchor yourself towards the idea of beginning over, possibly moving on, as you mentioned, or at least having that as that option for you, that you can do that you are ready to begin again if you have to.
Well, and I like that, because I would say anchor yourself in thinking that one way or another, a new beginning is going to come out of this. Whether you move on, like you said, or whether, family, the people at this meeting come around. And you can work out something that everybody, that you all can work out something that everybody can live with.
It's also possible, too, I like tarot for the ambiguity, that the Chariot could be others having to retreat or back down from their position.
Well, and I also, now that we kind of understand this a little bit more, with the Chariot card, the Chariot is about marshaling forces, and trying to pull people back together. And it may be hard to get everybody on the same page this week. You may make some progress with some, but you may not get everybody on that same page.
So in that light, then, the anchor and the stork may be referring to that too, saying you need to hold on to that if there is something you sense is a better understanding and maybe a way of moving in a new direction for everyone, you need to hold on to that. But again, don't be surprised if maybe you're the only one, that decides you can move on. Gee, Lisa.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
You take care.
I hope things work out. Oh. Okay, CJ, I didn't see a question for you. Am I crazy?
Oracle. They asked for an oracle.
Okay. Thank you, CJ.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, today, I could go one of two ways. Yeah. Going to use the thread-bound oracle.
Thank you, CJ. It's actually a St. Patrick's Day hat, and I think it had a little light component that may have burned out. Let's see if I can find it.
Maybe you left it on?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I left it on. Yeah, there's a little button here that turns it on, but I burned it out. So now it's just a... Oh, I could replace the battery, though. Oh, wait, there it is. Look.
Oh, yeah, it's sparkly.
I'll leave it on for a minute. I want to bedazzle you all.
Oh, Mr. O, you don't need a hat for that.
I need a shrink.
Hey, I didn't say it.
It is fun, yes. You know, when I was a younger person, I didn't like to wear hats. I had really long hair at one point and all that kind of stuff, and I just didn't like to wear hats. Hoods were okay. I didn't mind a hood. Now,
I can't keep hats on this hair of mine.
Now with
they
my
constantly slide off.
hair in retreat, my hats aren't so bad. I need that Lenormand, please.
I think these have reversals. I just want to refresh myself. Yes, it's got a shadow. So you've got the shadow of the Ace of Thread Fiber. And it is wandering warmth and gentleness, but it's reversed. So let's take a look at that. Did it say the Ace of Fiber?
Ace of Threads.
Ace of Thread.
Thread Fiber.
Yeah. So it's fiber is the card. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see. Ace of Thread Fiber. Wandering
I screwed
warmth,
up.
gentleness.
Yes. Trying to get okay, the Ace of Thread Fiber. The shadow side is aimlessness, apathy, and animosity. Let's see. In shadow, our wanderlust turns aimless. It's no longer fun or exciting to go wherever the wind might blow. Instead, we may be anxious without a destination, drifting without a thought or purpose. This may be due to a sense of apathy, a general disregard, and a lack of feeling for the journey we're on. We just can't seem to bring ourselves to care. Alternately, this card in shadow can indicate outright hostility or animosity, whether directed at you or coming from you. So it could be some energy that's coming at you too. But I want to draw the bottom card for this because these are short and I usually tend to draw two of these. And it's also a thread card, and it's also in shadow. It's the Seven of Threads Tapestry in shadow. So that's not too far away here. I'll find it. The Seven of Threads Tapestry. The shadow elements are individuality, naivete, rootlessness. Wow, it really does kind of fit with the other card. When in shadow, the tapestry unravels to single threads once more. Individuality is the focus rather than the whole, and we may view ourselves as being independent from any influences or biases. This is a naive position to take. None of us live our lives in a vacuum. Often with this card in shadow, we simply aren't aware of those who came before us or built the foundations we stand on. We may not realize that our view is informed by other influences, which means we may repeat others' past mistakes. This card can also represent feeling cut off from our roots, whether intentionally, because some people really want to cut those ties, or by circumstance. And this gives you some questions to ask yourself. How are all the people, places, things in my life interconnected? How do I rely on others and they on me? What wisdom can I learn from my elders, or what wisdom do I have to give? What or who do I consider part of my ancestry? So it's interesting stuff. How do we build on that knowledge in the present? Am I possibly being naive about something? Do I not know who my ancestors were, the missing link? Well, considering the previous card, the ace, I feel here that maybe this aimlessness just has to do with the path you're on right now. That, that maybe this is a time to focus more on, are you happy with where you're going? Are you going in any particular direction right now? Or is this just a period of, I'm just seeing, where the winds will take me? It may be not serving you well at this time. Do you have the Lenormand?
No, I don't.
Oh, whoopsie, you should have said
I mentioned
something.
it earlier.
I apologize. So it is an interesting read. I want to look back to the 7 again. Perhaps are you being more isolated too, from family, friends, and connections that still could, that could produce some happiness for you. It's like it said here, we do not live in a vacuum.
The key and the scythe.
What?
Yeah. And the scythe, well, it's hard to say what the scythe is doing there.
Well, I think, again, it is about the twine. It's really interesting to me,
Yeah.
CJ, that you had a tapestry that unraveled because it was in shadow, and then you have twine, which, right, would have made the tapestry. And so I kind of feel here, too, when they talk about we can be stronger when working in tandem with others, but for some reason here, you're choosing the solitary path right now and kind of just meandering. And it's saying, okay, maybe that's fine for you, but you need to find a focus. And you need to remember ultimately that, you need to also come back into the world, come back to the people you care about, and maybe look at those threads in your tapestry and determine if some of them need to be chucked, right? And others need to stay, and those bonds need to be stronger.
So that's the scythe and the key?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, put it in your pocket. It may not immediately relate to you, or maybe is this some phase that you have already gone through that, the cards are picking up. So one way or the other.
That could mean, if it had already happened, that maybe there's still a takeaway that you need to reflect on.
I thought it was really interesting how the threads kind of bound together here between the two cards. So good luck with that.
Good luck.
I love this deck, though. I really do. And so it might be here for a while as some go-to. I may do cards for the collective with it again, because it's been a while. I've been thinking about it. Maybe it'll be my Monday card.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, CJ. Shirley is up, and I have the question. And Shirley's question is a reading from what's coming in for me in love or more business opportunities coming with more students. So that's a 2 and 2.
All right.
The first one will be love and the second one will be students. All right. Okay. Wow. I wonder what you've got.
I know.
All right, go ahead. Love is first.
Indeed. So it's the Page of Wands reversed, but the upright Two of Cups.
Whoa.
I know.
Wow.
And here's the Rider and the Heart.
Yes. Shirley, what's up here? So, the Page of Wands reversed.
Spears.
The Page of Wands reversed indicates that something could get off to a slow start here, I feel. But the Two of Cups certainly indicates that you might meet somebody or dialogue with somebody that you're very fascinated with, that you may feel kind of an instant connection with, Shirley, if you're not talking to somebody like that already. And if you are talking to somebody like that already, maybe it's a possibility that something could deepen here. I mean, the Two of Cups is really a harmonious card for relationships, and you have the Heart and the Rider, which means something is moving into your life that could really make your heart go pitter-patter.
There's definitely something that's kind of seems to be brewing here, and I'm wondering if it's from like an invitation that is sort of like wonky, like it's not exactly an invitation, but then it becomes an invitation. That's the Page of Spears or Wands backwards. Like maybe it was a miscommunication and then ended up working out. Now, I know you've mentioned a person or two in the past that maybe it's more of an online thing, so maybe it's something to do with that. But I do feel like this shows a connection is going to happen, perhaps in this week or soon in this situation. Next one.
You did the Lenormand?
In general, it just supports that you are moving towards, something in your heart, and maybe that indicates that you've made a connection, and if it's this one, it's just like something really flashed and is working for you.
Wow. All right. What about the business?
So the business opportunities. First one is the reversed Six of Wands.
Okay.
And then it's the reversed Strength.
All right. Well, what that tells me is that, and it's really interesting with the Lenormand. Let me get them out there before I get going here. Okay.
Dog. And Child.
Well, it's really interesting to me because it doesn't look promising with the tarot, but it looks a little bit more promising with the Lenormand.
Yeah, I see.
But I do feel here what this is saying, what the tarot cards are saying, you're really going to have to put in the effort. What's that? What's this card again?
It's Strength reversed.
Yes. You're going to have to push things if you want students this week. You're going to have to find a way to push the word out there to try to drum up business, because I don't think other people are necessarily going to just come to your door. When I see the Six of Wands reversed, it could indicate a victory, but it's a victory that really you're doing on your own here because you're pushing harder to make it happen. And when I see the Lenormand, the dog and the child, it could indicate to me, though, that through your prompting and pushing, maybe somebody will come through for you ultimately, but I only think this is going to happen through your own dialogue with them. It's not going to be something that happens. It could be their child. It could be, they sign up their child for classes. Or, like I said, this could be somebody who just suddenly looks at you, because the dog could be about trust and as well as a person. And so I feel here somebody will look at what you're saying or offering, and they'll feel a certain level of trust here, and they may check you out. And I think it will be a younger person that will, whether it's a younger child, a teenager, whatever. I don't know what age range you teach here, Shirley, but it could be a child of some age. It could be a teenager. Seems like it's somebody younger.
So I think the romantic prospects will will work out better, because I think business will be harder work for you.
Yeah.
You might have to really be a lot more assertive or aggressive about any marketing you do or any dialogue with people trying, to entice them into your business. It's not saying it won't pay off. It's just saying that maybe from the point of view of the amount of effort, you might not feel it was worth it to do a hard sell. Everything else that Banshee said is pretty much about the same. It could be that people who already are thinking about you or have been because they've been exposed to you, and maybe they're getting the drift of your reputation and your being this honest partner in terms of what you offer, your classes. So like I said, I think it's a harder push, but something could happen. It's more likely that you might connect romantically, I think.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome, Shirley. Wow.
That's funny.
That's great.
Neat.
So,
Wow.
I would say, too, one more thing about the Lenormand. Sometimes the dog is about loyalty. And I would just say remain loyal and steadfast to what you are doing, even if growth appears slow. It seems to me, you're just going to have to keep putting out the effort, though, to get, to drum up the business you hope to have. So good luck with that. We are on Sunshine, and Sunshine wants a general reading.
Great, that's going to be your deck.
My deck, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go to the Woodlands Folktale Tarot. Oh, okay. Well, Sonny got bored pretty easily today, and there's really no sun puddles for him to lay in. It's been kind of cloudy all day. We did get some good rain, which I really appreciate. It was short, but just what we needed. There was severe thunderstorm warning in our area, but we didn't get that. So, in our county, it's a big county, so we lucked out and just got the rain and a little bit of wind. Alrighty, you've got the Page of Pentacles upright. The High Priestess is reversed. Oh. And even though this person's sleeping on the job, the Chariot's upright. Or this critter. And what else?
Here's a critter, the fox.
Not surprised.
And the garden. The fox is in the garden.
Wow. Well, the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles indicates something new could be coming your way, Sunshine. Some new opportunity for growth, or to do something new, maybe. Or maybe it's good financial news that is coming your way. I can't rule that out either here. This is a general reading, so I'm going to give you some of the possibilities for sure. And I think that whatever it is, it's going to help you grow in some way. So if you get a little bit more money, or you save a little bit more money, it will allow you to have money for other things in your life, or for a rainy day fund. But it looks positive, like some good news is coming, business, career, financially, or maybe even if you have health concerns about your health.
It could also mean that you are interested in learning something right now. You might want
like
to
that too.
hit the books in certain ways or investigate a particular thing. And it could be more abstract. It doesn't necessarily mean you want to learn how to do, your cabinets in your basement or something like that. It could mean that maybe you're interested in philosophy or poetry even, or something that's a little bit more esoteric. But it's about knowledge. It's about learning. So this may feel like you've opened up a door towards something you're interested in finding out about.
All right, and the next card, the High Priestess, to me, reversed, indicates that this isn't a time. You might want to try. Well, there's two things. There's two things here. You might want to try to still your mind from time to time, and especially, if you're mulling over taking on a new opportunity for growth at this time, still your mind and because it's the only way you can determine if this is right for you. You might be having some trouble, internally making a decision because you've got too many things on your mind right now, and it's affecting your intuition and blocking maybe you tapping into your inner wisdom to determine what it is you should be doing, what's the right course of action you should be taking at this time.
There's a slight possibility that maybe the High Priestess is connected to the Page of Pentacles, but only in the sense that you're feeling that the need to learn something or to investigate something is because you thought you knew this, or you thought you felt you could understand this in some way, and maybe something is still confusing to you. So the High Priestess reversed on its own could just mean something isn't quite getting through to you, and it may be information or news you learn, but either you're not able to trust it, or you don't feel it is exactly accurate, or something about your own instinct makes you feel like you're just not sure about it.
Well, it's interesting. I like part of what you said there. I think it's really good. I think that the High Priestess reversed could indicate that you are unsure of this opportunity, and maybe you need to know more. And so quiet your mind, try to tap into your intuition to get to the heart of the matter. And what do you got there?
The Chariot?
Yeah, you can. Oh, you want me to go ahead? I can.
Go ahead.
Well, I think here that there is, if you want to pursue whatever this is, if you want to pursue it, you can get moving on it full steam ahead. But it's up to you, and maybe this might require a little bit of deeper thought on your part to make sure you really need to do this right now. I know I mentioned some things about possibly possible gain of income, or maybe taking on a new opportunity. And so if you determine it's the right thing to do, go forward, move forward. You've got a green light here to move forward on this.
The image of the Chariot sort of has a relaxed view about moving forward.
It does.
And I've seen this in a few other versions of the Chariot. So I think that energy tells me that it really is something that you don't have to very much strain to master that. And it's kind of interesting because over with the High Priestess, it sort of suggested there was a struggle to understand something or something you weren't sure about. But what you may be sure about is that your movement or energy towards this project, once you decide to engage, will be complete, that you feel like you will put whatever attention you need towards mastery or towards moving towards this goal. So on that part, it sort of seems like what is instinctual in your thoughts doesn't work out, but what is instinctual in your actions does. Just a little irony, maybe.
What's really interesting with the Lenormand is that it does seem like it could be a workplace. It could be something to do with work, or it could be something to do with people, with a group of people that, group you belong with, or maybe that you want to join even. Could have to do with social activity. But whatever it is, it seems like it involves others. It involves maybe dialogue or networking with others in some way.
Well, I almost wonder if the two combine. Like maybe this is an office party, or maybe this is a social circle that relates to coworkers or people who have more than one mutual interest. They work together as a team on a job, but then maybe they also have other occasions where they socialize. And so it almost makes me wonder if maybe some of the other cards were about that too, deciding if this particular interaction was really taking you somewhere, or if there was nothing really to be gained at all from it. Are you considering maybe, moving off into another social situation of some sort? Just a thought.
It's kind of interesting. It seems like there's some work involved that may have to do with other people. Sometimes I think about volunteerism, for example.
Okay.
That this could be connected with joining a group for a cause of some sort. It doesn't have to be, but that comes to mind as well. So, or if you, like Mr. O said, if there's some party planning or somebody planning a wedding, maybe you're going to be part of a team to help, with the wedding planning or this event planning, whatever it may be. It could be something like that as well. So whatever it is, I think it's an opportunity for you to have either fun or gain some interesting knowledge out of it, like Mr. O said, or it could just be a fun group experience of some sort.
Right. It really could be a couple of things, but the parameters are about the same, that it's sort of intriguing and it involves maybe either coworkers or other friends in some social context.
Or family, I would
family,
say too,
right.
Possibly.
So that's
I don't know if you can relate to that, but good luck with the sunshine. That's what we see. And Rowena's up, and that's the one question I didn't get.
You want me to look for it?
You could while I get the list. All right, let me put this away. You're welcome, sunshine.
General guidance.
General guidance. Okay, Rowan, we got you.
And that's my duck again, right?
Yep.
Okay. What do I want?
One around. Mr. O, I want one of those churros donuts.
Yeah, I'm a little peaked right now.
But I'll wait. They're very crumbly, but they're so good.
I'd have to eat it off camera. Not gonna be a problem.
All right.
Okay, Rowan. General guidance. Our first card is the Sun.
Nice.
And that is followed by the reversed Four of Wands, which is one of those cards that's not very bad when it's reversed, actually. And then the upright Ace of Swords.
Goodness. Well, I don't know about this. This seems out of left field.
It's the card of the Woman, which could be you, the Inquirer, and a snake.
All right. Well, a positive reading overall, I have to say. The Sun indicates success or happiness is coming to you, something that will bring you joy. Whether it's some news you receive or whether it's some success on the job or in some area of your life, or if it's just some event or news that you hear that brings you joy. Maybe it's somebody else's success, somebody close to you that you will be celebrating. But it's a very positive card, the Sun. I can't say anything bad about
The
that.
Sun can also emphasize knowledge or learning, interactions with children or with people who you are emotionally close to. So this could be saying, that you're going to be finding out things are involved in efforts that may give you information. Maybe you're visiting people who have children, or you're interacting with people in this manner too.
Well, the illumination that the Sun provides could be part of this equation, absolutely. Because that illumination you get will allow you to make something right. It seems like you're very close to building something solid for yourself, whether it's in your business or financial world, or whether it's in your personal life. But there might be some little things that still need to be tended to, and I think the Sun here could shed some light on that, and which will help encourage the success that it promises.
Well, the Four of Wands are about, building things, foundations, and also about maybe projects that come to fruition, or things that come to fruition and then resolve. So this could be saying that with, the Sun's luck, or the information or knowledge you gain about certain things, that it makes it easy to resolve or finish projects or move ahead in certain directions.
And finally, with the Ace of Swords upright, that indicates victory. I mean, that indicates success. Or that also indicates to me, considering what I said here about that Four of Wands, that you might get the information you need to get something across the finish line, or to build something that is solid in your life, whether it's a relationship, or whether it's a job or a career path. And that final card indicates to me that maybe, poof, the epiphany arrives. The information and the knowledge that you need will come about so that you can create a successful foundation for yourself.
I do think it is kind of its own story in a way, and this is saying the general guidance is that use information or opportunities to gain information to complete work or continue work on the projects you're doing, and that these should ultimately be successful. Just kind of keep yourself aligned with that energy of wanting to get it completed.
Well, and that leads us to this strange, twisted Lenormand here, Snake and the Woman. I mean, if you're having any issues with some woman who's kind of like a stab in the back kind of person, somebody who would think nothing of betraying you or others, I do feel that this will be successfully resolved. But I think this is something else. I think when I see the Snake and the Woman, and from what I just told you, Rowan, I think don't deceive yourself into believe, just because you see great signs of success happening around you, and with your goals and your ambitions, don't be deceived in thinking you know everything at this time.
Oh,
you
like
really
that.
to examine, you could betray your progress by doing that. You need to really examine this more carefully and make sure that you have done everything you need to do to make sure you get the promised successful outcome.
I like that. I think that's a pretty good summation there too. This is sort of saying that on your road to this project, whether you're amassing information that will help you with it, don't be complacent in thinking that everything will work out exactly right. You have to keep your attention. I think the Ace of Swords points you towards being focused on finishing that situation. So stick with it until you know it's really done. Good luck with that, Rowan.
All right, so Tanya's up.
Alrighty.
Oh no, Libra's up. I'm sorry, it's Libra.
Libra first.
Libra is up. Sorry, Tanya, you are next after Libra. Sorry about that. I can't even read my own list. What do the cards say about me getting a job? Let's see what we've got here for you. And I'm going to use the Witch's Garden one. There you go. All right. Let's see here. I love this card. Seven of Pentacles is upright. Wow. Talk about work-related. Eight of Pentacles is reversed. And the Ace of Swords is reversed. Well, it's definitely a work-related reading, Libra, clearly with the Pentacles here. And the Sword energy as well. Let's see what Mr. O can add to this before we get into it.
Stars. And the Tower.
Wow. Well, it's not going to be an easy road to get a job, you know. I think here you have to step back a little bit and determine, you know, what course of action you're going to take, what kind of jobs, you know, you are applying for. Are they right for you? Is this where you want to plant yourself? And also to take a look at what you have done so far as work goes, and, you know, determine if those skills are going to serve you well now. Because I'm looking at the next card when I say that too. But I still think what I'm saying has to do with the Seven of Pentacles here. This is a time to evaluate your skill sets and determine where you can, how you can effectively sell them to prospective employers.
Right. Right now, there's probably never been really a worse time to try to get a job. I think it's incredibly hard to get jobs right now. Even, you know, what would used to be considered entry-level jobs.
Or safe places to find work. Yeah.
The Seven of Pentacles could even signify some sense of a reluctance to really push yourself now, that maybe you might be thinking, I just want to see what could possibly happen or come towards me. But it could be also what Banshee indicates too, that this is a time to really look inward too a little bit, to use that pause to evaluate, because that is a good summation there of the Eight of Pentacles too, the idea that you have to look at either skills that need to be brushed up or embellished, or new skills even that need to be developed. That
I didn't go there yet. Go ahead.
You may realize that what you have to offer right now isn't enough, or needs some polish, because there's going to be competition for everything. And so this period of time is really needs to be spent on you figuring out how you can be the best you can be.
So I think with the Eight of Pentacles, don't overreach, you know. Go for the things that you feel, you know, you are qualified for. And also the things that interest you, you know, because sometimes if we go to job interviews, and, you know, I understand most of us work because we have to, right? And some of the jobs that we have to take out there may not be what we really enjoy doing. But the thing is, for now, you need to be able to show some level of enthusiasm, you know, that you can have for this work, and that you can prove that you can handle the work, okay? And if there is any skills or training involved, be open to that. Be very open to that at this time. Because right now, when I see the Ace of Swords, and I'm just going to go there, it seems as though it's tough getting to that finish line. It's tough getting a victory here. It's tough getting a job right now. So you're really going to have to possibly explore some places you hadn't thought of before exploring. You're going to have to think outside the box. And I'm not saying necessarily to do something that you're not capable of doing. No, I'm not saying that. But, to explore some entry-level jobs that you may not have considered before.
Okay, I like that. I'm not sure where you see that from.
Well, because with it reversed, I feel here that the usual paths may not work to victory.
Okay.
That you have to come up with something maybe out of the box.
That's definitely more positive. To me, of course, the Ace of Swords could be saying the things you said in the beginning, which is that it's going to be really hard to do this, and that there's no true assurance that you'll get exactly what you want. You may be able to get something, but it may not be exactly what you want. It might just be a foothold for you at this point in time. So I want to sort of flip over to the Lenormand.
Well, that's why I was a little bit more hopeful there, and I
feel me too.
There is something to that. And that's where the Lenormand comes in.
I feel that the Lenormand says that some of this is moot, because I get the feeling like something's going to happen to you in a sense of luck, Libra.
Really?
I think the stars and the tower, I'm going symbolically, suggest that maybe somehow you find yourself in the right place at the right time. Somebody thinks of you in a situation, and you are the person that can work for that situation. I'm not saying you're the perfect person, the only person, anything like that, but it's just a sense of luck for you that maybe something will work out. I don't know when that will be. But because this is a general read of sorts, it could be sooner than later. It could be in the next few weeks or so. And it might not be luck so much from your own efforts, but just somehow, like I said, being in the right place at the right time. The tower represents institutions or other kinds of forces that maybe somehow are aware of you, and it happens.
I'm missing my last Llewellyn session
I'm so
for the
sorry.
day. That's okay.
We could try to be faster.
No, it won't matter. They're only 30 minutes,
Right.
So, we could try to be faster. That was a long Lenormand thing. So, the tower and the stars indicate to me that there is definitely a place for you out there. I feel like it is destined that you will find a job. I think if you keep looking, keep hopeful, Libra. Remain positive. And don't be afraid to think outside the box, as I've said, to get there, because it looks hopeful. And the tower indicates a place of employment to me in this case. So
Banshee nailed that. It really, I can't shirk from that. That really does feel like something will happen.
So hang in there. Hang in there. It may seem challenging, and it might be a struggle, because it's a struggle for everybody right now. But I think you might be able to find a place. Good luck with that.
All right. And now we're on Tanya.
We are. And I knew it wouldn't all fit. So let me put what I have. Oh, I have to get rid of that. Hold on. Delete that in here. Okay. Okay, it's just a little bit more. Gave us some information that I appreciate. Okay. There we are. Thank you for all that, Tanya. It helped. And
all right, so we're basically asking if this person who you haven't seen for a little while, some months, if they have any feelings.
Yeah.
But now we know that, there was more of a connection through your college experience.
Yeah. So 8 or 9 months have gone by and you haven't been in contact. That's important to know. So we'll see how the cards go.
The Eight of Wands is reversed. The Two of Cups is reversed. And Death is reversed.
Wow. That's pretty heavy,
I know.
she says as I hand him the coffin.
Well, is it possible that the person is somehow no longer around at all? I don't want to say departed.
Well, it doesn't have to be death. We're not talking about that. But I think here what it's saying is, yeah, there doesn't seem to be any furtherance of this connection, at least not at this time, because death is talking about you got the death card there, right, too, as well as the coffin. And it just seems as though this connection may have come to an end. Maybe you were friends in college, you communicated, or things look promising, in college with this person, but it seems like they are not in the place to reestablish this connection, in the mindset to reestablish this connection at this time.
The Eight of Wands reverse means that either they are focused somewhere else entirely, or they are certainly most likely not focused on you.
The connection seems to be broken. A lot of times the Eight of Wands is about communications, and when it's reversed, it's like communications aren't getting through or aren't happening. And so I feel here that something's missed its mark, and maybe...
Is it possible that they no longer know how to contact you, that they somehow lost a way to contact you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
That could be. What's the card in the middle?
The Two of Cups reversed.
Yeah, the Two of Cups reversed. That's like the couples card broken up or harmony disrupted. And so I feel here the harmony between you has suffered a disruption, whether real life is set in and you've gone in different directions a little bit, and it's hard to bridge that back together again, it seems like. And when I see the woman in the coffin, it's almost as if they might not be thinking about you right now. Maybe they have put an end to this. But that doesn't mean forever, but it doesn't look like anything is close to moving forward on this.
Right. When you combine all of that and then throw in the stagnation of death, it sort of feels like you both, for whatever reasons, fell away from each other. And I'm almost wondering if it is, like I said, that somehow they just can't seem to figure out how to get in touch with you. So having said all this, I too feel that if you were able to be in touch, you might be able to sort out what either happened or how you can begin a new connection.
Yeah, I think that Two of Cups reversed is a key here. It's possible that they don't feel the same kind of connection that you might with them anymore. It may feel and it may be through no fault of your own, they just may feel that maybe, they're better off elsewhere. They're better off looking somewhere else. They don't feel as connected or as compatible maybe as they did when, in school.
Did they move on and connect with somebody new?
I can't rule that out here either.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. So I wish you luck with this. I think, I always say never, but I would say this, Tanya. Set a boundary for yourself. Determine, hey, I'm only going to wait so much longer to hear from this person before I decide not to keep my life on hold over this. And then move on. Just let it go. You never know. They may resurface, but right now, the cards are not revealing that. So good luck with that.
Good luck. And we're on Tarot Healer now.
All right, Tarot Healer, you have a good question as well. And a bit long, but I can get it. I put it in 2 parts here. All right, and here is part number 1. Whoops. What? It went over again? Shoot. Okay. Let me get there. Whoops. Okay, there it is. So let's try to point to the behavior with your brother. I really feel we kind of thought it was just his personality, and that he just felt like, he was exerting power over you because maybe he felt powerless in some other areas of his life. I don't know if your father treated him the same way as he's treating you. But let's take a look at this more together and see what we get out of that. I'm just debating what deck I want. Well, I haven't used this one yet, have I? The herb. No, the, what is it called? Hedgewitch Tarot. I remember that reading we did. It was pretty powerful. Oh. The 4 of Swords is reversed. The 8 of Wands is reversed. Huh. And for some reason in here, the Star is upright. But I'm kind of getting a picture.
The tree.
The family tree. Wow.
The book.
And the book. Sheesh. Well, the 4 of Swords reversed is interesting to me, but I'm coupling that with the out of control energy of the 8 of Wands as well. There seems like there's a powerful energy dynamic here, between maybe all of you, your father and, your brother, but, also you. And I feel here that there's just been a lot of chaos unleashed here on you. And maybe, like I said, I don't know if you said anything about your brother here, but I feel that maybe your father also was kind of abusive to your brother as well, possibly, or was he a favorite? I mean, I'm wondering about that a little bit here, but there's such a strong energy towards, and power here. And I'm wondering with the Star upright, though, amidst all of this, that it's not saying to me that each of them wanted you to look up to them, but in a very toxic way. The Star here is they wanted to be the bright thing in your life, the thing that you notice, the thing that, that you can't avoid, right? And and it was toxic. I just feel like it's toxic.
Do they resent you because they saw you healing or recovering somehow, or do they have problems with their own attempt at healing or recovering themselves?
Thank you. Do they resent you because they couldn't bring you down? I mean, obviously you feel pretty miserable and you're sad about all this, but you know what? You survived it, right? You survived it. And maybe, they felt they just had to keep putting on the pressure on you to do that. And the star ties into that a little bit too here, I feel. But go ahead. This is your show now.
Okay, well, so then I look at that and the Eight of Wands, and I guess this makes me feel like they blame you for not being able to focus or grow in the direction that they wanted to, or that they thought they were, or that, somehow that's a factor. Maybe it's more on your part that they are just trying to prevent you from growing or focusing or moving in a direction away from them.
Right. I wonder here too. I guess when I saw the star, I thought to myself,
Did
did they feel that you were better than them in some way, and they wanted to bring you down? They wanted to bring you down,
right? Because
to below their level.
We're looking at the reasons why they treat you this way, and it seems like they resent you for being better than them,
for shining light.
For shining the light.
So it's pretty bizarre. I feel there's resentment. I feel there's jealousy, but also I just feel like they had a real hard time managing, aggressive energy, which is also could be part of that Eight of Wands.
I agree. I think that they didn't want you to grow, and so therefore that's where all this resentment comes from, because they see you escaping them or trying to and growing better. I can't really see anything else there. The book and the tree.
That's an interesting one, but go ahead. What do you see there?
Well, with the book and the tree,
can't wait.
This maybe threatens their knowledge, or how they feel their knowledge is about the family, that maybe they feel they don't control you or have you under their definition of the family, that once again you've kind of expanded that.
I feel when I see the book and the tree that this is really important for you, tarot healer, to ferret this out, to find out what really went on here, what went wrong here in your family that caused all of this to happen. But I want to say to you that, don't let what happened in your family become your life story, okay? It's never too late to rise above that and to create your own story, and that to me is the perfect way to have survived from the type of stuff you went through. Understand what happened to you and realize that it was not your fault. It certainly was them, and that you can change your narrative. You don't have to base your narrative, you're going forward, on what has happened to you here. Record it as a part of what made you who you are today, but you can write your own story.
The star shows that you have a destiny that is not controlled by them, that you are rising to your own destiny on your own terms. It may be work, but you will do it.
Whew. Wow, good luck with that, tarot healer.
All right. And we're on
Oh, thank you, Rowan. You're welcome.
God bless you.
Resonance is up. And the question is, I'd love some direction or revelation to help me manage and the week ahead. I think it would be managing the week ahead, maybe, Resonance? Is that what you meant?
Hi, Resonance.
To help you manage the week ahead? Or where things are going in the week ahead? And maybe if there's some coping things
Right,
for you
it's
there?
kind of like, the same thing,
Okay.
All right, so I have my Tarot, the Animal Lords. What would be the direction or revelation that would help you manage things, and how that may affect the week ahead, or what it brings to the week ahead?
Okay.
And the first card is the Seven of Chalices, and it's upright. And the next one is the reverse Six of Chalices. And then the upright Five of Swords. Ouch.
Ah,
Ouchie,
what?
ouch. Ouchie, ouch. Here's the Tower back again. And the Ring. So there's definitely some mixed things going on here. It does almost feel like there could be a revelation, because that's the Seven of Cups in a way. The idea that maybe out of the things you are looking at, one seems to possibly call you more than another. Some of these things may represent, heartfelt desires or dreamy kind of images that you want, but that you don't necessarily know what is practically taking you there. So at this point, this could just be something that your mind is encountering that seems to be pulling you in a direction of, wonder of some sort.
well, I see a couple, actually, it's a mix, but it kind of works well together. I think here with the Seven of Cups upright, this is a time to to dream big, dream big, dream small, dream of the possibilities in your life and where you can go from here. The Seven of Cups is all about imagining the possibilities. Let your imagination get the best of you, I'm just saying right now, let your imagination run wild and just think about all the things you might want to consider doing in your life right now. And whether they're achievable or not, the time will come where you can say, and like he said, that something will pop out to you and you will determine to follow that path for a while. I think it's good for us sometimes to just open our mind to the possibilities, because if you're looking for a revelation, that's the best way to do it. If you have tunnel vision, you're not going to find it. But if you just open and broaden yourself to the possibilities, something's going to pop out and stand out to you. Now, how in the world do those other two cards fit? I think this way. I think here that you have to, because your question was revelation to help me manage. So to cope with things and to move forward in a constructive, positive way, whether it's in this week ahead or, in general, I feel here that something in the past, something from your past that maybe is still on your mind, that is still haunting you, that still may hold some power over you, and could be maybe making you feel less than in some way. This is what you have to let go of. And I think it's connected to that Five of Swords here. I think it was a battle or something that you realized you couldn't win. You had to walk away from it, or you couldn't win. And it was very frustrating. It might have been sad. It might have been an argument or a bitter breakup or something that made you angry. Or it was something completely out of your control. Somebody fired you, or, some friend just decided to ghost you, whatever the case may be, or family members let you down big time. We've talked to tarot healer here about issues in their family life that may be affecting them to this day. And so I can't rule that out either here.
I like that. I think that the revelation or the thing that maybe spurs change in direction could be this idea that is maybe connected to the past of something that you either did find the courage to pull away from or something that you should have, but you didn't in time. And so it may represent the idea that there's another chance, another opportunity to reframe this, at least it for yourself in your mind, and kind of work out those details, which would give you kind of a release resonance. It might make you feel good, like you really have turned the corner on some baggage that was holding you back. So I think it's important for you to realize that if there is a particular no-win situation of your past you encountered, you have to keep in mind you got past that. You can move on.
Well,
Ring in the Tower?
That mentality. Well, I think here, right now, maybe your passion is about, trying to order your life in some way, provide some structure for yourself. When I see the Tower here, I kind of feel that way. That, you're looking for some structure and foundation. And, and that's what your heart desires right now. But I think that will only come if you maybe free your mind a little bit and allow your imagination to carry you someplace. I think someplace different, someplace that's not associated with things that you've done in the past or things that didn't turn out well for you in the past, but to look forward towards, different goals, different ideas, different dreams that you may have. And, and then try to structure yourself around the one that stands out to you. I think here, yes, from what you're saying here, you worry about enough time to get things done. Maybe it's not even about enough time to get things done. It's about how to structure those things so that you can get them done in the right manner. You need to structure your time. You need to structure, time management. That's the words I'm searching for.
I like that.
So, that could be a part of this too.
So maybe there's a dichotomy between the Seven of Cups, which is about visioning things, and then the Tower, which is about saying structure things and work with what makes things the strongest. And so that kind of adds, sort of a sense of realism to the whole question here.
Well, I kind of feel it follows that because, go ahead.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
You kind of took it away from me now. So I think the Ring and the Tower just say, really focus on what you can structure as opposed to the pie in the sky stuff. That maybe that stuff comes when you really have your foundation set, that then you have the ability to decide on the what ifs or the possibilities that you also want to look at.
So whatever approach you take, a structured approach to a dream, or going through the imaginary process of just dreaming, about the possibilities before you, once you select it, you absolutely can set up a structured way of trying to accomplish it, trying to reach your goal. So I do feel that's important here. And the Tower also has one more aspect to it, and that is solitude. Sometimes we need to pull ourselves back to give ourselves the space for our mind to wander. When we're too set on our deadlines and the things we have to do in our life, that we tend to lose that. We tend to lose touch with our creative process. So give yourself the time and the space you need. That's what I think. So good luck with that.
All right.
We're on Kara. Does my ancestor, who's a woman, shaman in Germany, have a message for me? Okay. Well, let's see. Ancestor. Trying to think of what deck I want to use for that. Well, I'll just use the Amber Moon. I haven't used that one yet. I think I started writing my card for tonight, but I did not finish it.
Oh.
I can't even remember. Maybe I did finish it, but I don't think so.
Well, you'll have to wish me luck.
I got sidetracked. Oh, are you working out?
Probably not.
Okay.
Because with our new summer hours and our sense of overtime here, I don't think I'll be able to do it.
I'm sorry. All right.
It's not your fault.
All right, Kara.
I did want to, though, originally.
Oh, thank you, Resonance. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, you've got Temperance reversed here. So what is does your ancestor have a message for you? Actually, you know what? For this one, I think I want to leave all 3 cards out. And so it's Temperance reversed. It's the 3 of Coins upright. Ooh, I like that.
It's charmed.
I already am happy with the message. And for some reason, Odin's here. No. This looks like a very wizardly, very
it's Robert Plant.
wizened...
It's Robert Plant.
Robert Plant. It's the King of Wands upright. Oh, dear. Anyway.
All right, and once again, returning for the upteenth time in Lenormand, it's the coffin.
What?
It's the coffin.
And what?
She says, don't get dead, Kara, like me.
Oh, gosh. Kara, just ignore him.
The man. Put the
Okay,
man
you
in the
said it was a woman, so it's interesting a man is here. I wonder about this.
She's a man, baby.
No. All right. So I think the message has to do with she doesn't want you to get, whenever you're feeling unbalanced and not in the right space, you know, you feel like your life is out of control or something in your body, mind, spirit connection is out of balance. She wants you to know that your ancestral team, which she is a part of, is there for you. They're there for you. So call upon them. Work together with them to reintegrate, you know, what is out of balance. I did it? I'm stopping there.
That's totally what I felt here is that she's saying that, you know, you need to spend a little more time reconnecting with your spiritual team, her and other possible ancestors. You know, if she was a shaman, then no doubt, at least for some time, that knowledge was passed on to her or from her to others. So I think the message is take the time to reconnect and to also work with the plan. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of work, of skills being applied to projects or goals.
So yes, of course, they want you to take it seriously too, the realignment process, you know, just don't go in it to be goofy. We have to be serious about this work and do our best, you know, because remember, what we put out there, for better or worse, could come back to haunt us. And your ancestors are there to help guide you with that. And I feel here, I'm going to combine that last card with what I see with the Lenormand. And I hope I'm not going to blow your mind here, Kara, because I think what she's also saying is there is a powerful ally on the other side, another ancestor, a male one, who is particularly interested in your well-being and is a protector of yours.
I like that. I definitely wouldn't have gone that way. I definitely wouldn't have gone that way. I was thinking that it represented the idea of, finding the noble virtues and epitomizing them. But of course, that could mean that, of course, we're talking about the noble virtues of another ancestor.
So I don't know who that may be. Maybe you have an idea.
That's pretty far out.
But maybe that's a good question to see if it can come through from your beloved dead deck. Maybe you should use that to, try to follow up on this. And maybe also, to communicate with that one ancestor from Germany to see if she can give you some more, advice, more personal advice.
There you go.
So good luck with that. That was a good question, Kara, and definitely an interesting reading to end the show with. Wow.
Indeed.
Right. I want to thank everybody for their questions today and, your patience waiting for your readings, because when we fill up, and sometimes we can go off on some of these readings.
Welcome.
Some of the readings are more complicated than others, so why don't you do diligence?
We had a lot
here.
of complicated ones today, too.
Yeah. So wishing you well, and hey, we love the chat. We love all of you here. Your energy is great. You guys take care, and we hope to see you all again real soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye for now.